Hello, this is Maureen. Welcome to a brief yoga flow for your enjoyment and exercise. We'll start off this morning in a mountain pose, feet hip distance apart, hands to the side. Close your eyes and slowly breathe in and breathe out. Once more, breathing in energy and light. And slowly exhale. Once more, breathing in, shoulders back. And slowly exhale. Open your eyes, sweeping your hands above the head. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. And halfway lift. Keeping your back flat as you do so. Forward fold. Reverse swan dive, sweeping the hands back above the head. Bring them together and down to heart center and pause for just a moment. Once more, sweeping the hands above the head. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. And halfway lift. Hands to the mat, go back into a high plank. And we'll take this chaturanga here, so high plank to low. Flip your feet, and inhale to up dog. Tuck your toes slowly using your core. Exhale to down dog and hold. Working your ankles back and forth a bit. Getting a stretch on your ankles and calves. Stepping up once more to the front of the mat in mountain pose, sweeping the hands above the head. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. And halfway lift. Hands to the mat, once more step back into a high plank. From this high plank, once more chaturanga, high plank to low. Flip your feet and inhale to up dog. Tuck your toes, using your core slowly, exhale to down dog. Once more working your ankles. Maybe swaying your hips side to side as you do so. Coming up to mountain pose one more time, sweeping the hands above the head. Forward fold. And halfway lift and pause here for just a moment. Hands to the mat. Sweeping the hands back above the head. Rubbing your fingers together, pointing up. Go ahead and lean to your left. Back to center and to your right. And once more to your left. And center and to your right one more time. And back to center, sweeping your hands back above the head. Forward fold, hands to the mat. Step back to a high plank. Once more, slow chaturanga this time. On a count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and a low plank for 3, 2, 1. Flip your feet. Slowly inhale to up dog. 3, 2, 1. Use your core. Exhale to down dog and hold. Coming down slowly onto your knees, let's come to a neutral tabletop. Wrist and elbows under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Go ahead and push back with your left foot. Ankle flex, toes pointing down. And switch sides, pushing back with your right foot. And once more, pushing back with the left foot, this time reaching forward with your right hand. And switch sides. And once more, switching sides, pushing back with the left foot, reaching forward with the right hand. And again, switch sides. Coming back to a neutral tabletop one more time, making sure again that your shoulders are over your wrist. We roll through some cat-cows. As we inhale to cow, chin up, chest out. And then exhale to cat. Tucking your chin, tucking your hips, stretching your back. And inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. And inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. One more time. Inhale to cow, chest out, chin up. And exhale to cat. Tucking your hips, tucking your chin. And then pause here. Tuck your toes and exhale to down dog. Hold this down dog for just a breath or two. Good, inhale your left foot up for three-legged dog. Bending the knee. Allow that to come over the right side of your body. Back to center and slowly release that foot to the ground. Inhale your right foot up for three-legged dog. Bending the knee and allow that to fall over the left side of your body. Back to center. Once more, allow that to slowly float to the ground. Coming down slowly to your knees, settle back into child's pose. And work your fingers further in front of you and as far as they will go, stretching out your shoulders and your upper back. And pause here for just a moment. Keeping your fingers planted on the ground firmly, go ahead and roll up, roll forward onto your chest, and then push back to child's pose. Once more, roll up, roll forward onto your chest, and push back to child's pose. Come up, tuck your toes, slowly exhale to down dog. And inhale your right foot up between your hands, coming up to warrior one. Checking in on your posture. Your front knee is over your ankle, your back leg is straight. Ankle somewhat at a 45-degree angle with the back of the mat. And then exhale to warrior two. Flip the front palm, drop the back hand, coming up into reverse warrior. And exhale to side angle. Maybe dropping your forearm onto your thigh, keeping this line from your ankle to your hand. Then back to warrior two. Back hand comes overhead, turns front foot. Step back once more to down dog. And inhale your left foot up between your hands, coming up to warrior one on your left side. And exhale to warrior two. Flipping up the front palm, dropping your hand, coming up to reverse warrior on this side. And then shifting to side angle. Again, potentially resting your forearm on your thigh or reaching down to the ground. And back to warrior two. Back hand comes overhead, turns the front foot. Step back to down dog and hold. Lifting your left leg out once more to three-legged dog. Bring that knee to your elbow. And then back up. And knee to center. And back up. Left knee to left elbow. And back up. And knee to center and hold. Shift that foot under your body. Planting it on the side, keeping your left hand on the ground, sweep your right hand overhead. Hand comes back to the mat, push back to three-legged dog. Allow that foot to slowly float to the ground. And inhale your right foot up to three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow, and then back up. And knee to center, and back up. And knee to elbow. Back up, and knee to center, and hold. Shift that foot to the left side, keeping your right hand planted, sweeping your left hand overhead. And back to the mat. Straight leg back up, three-legged dog, and slowly allow that to float to the ground. Coming down onto your knees, roll actually onto your backs, keeping both feet planted, knees up in the air. And work your knees back and forth, reaching wiper side to side. Bring both thighs to your chest, rolling your shins. Gently rock side to side, or roll your knees in one direction or the other. Keeping your right thigh to your chest, and release your left leg to the ground. And then switch sides, pulling your left thigh to your chest. And right thigh to the chest, left leg just hovers. And then switch. And switch. And switch. A couple more times at your own pace. Release both feet to the ground, come up onto your elbows, preparing for boat pose. Your knees can be straight or bent for the boat pose. Go ahead and lift your feet up. And release down slowly. And up. And release slowly. And up. slowly down, and up, slowly down, 2 more times, up, and slowly down, and up, and slowly down, back to your back one more time, use your chest, grab your shins, go ahead and jump your back side to side. Roll back onto your hands and knees for tabletop again. Again, one more time, go ahead and extend your left foot out. Foot ankle flex, toes pointing down, and this time go ahead and pulse it up and down, just slowly 4 or 5 times. And go ahead and switch sides, pushing back with your right leg, ankle flex, toes pointing down, and pulse up 4 or 5 times. And back to tabletop one more time. Go ahead and sweep your left hand overhead. Then thread the needle, bringing that under your body, going down gently and slowly on your left shoulder, reaching forward with your right hand. Pause and hold this here for just a breath. Bring your right hand on your shoulder, coming back up to tabletop. Sweep your left hand overhead. Thread the needle under your body, coming down slowly onto the right side, right shoulder, reaching forward with your left hand. Left hand back under your shoulder, coming back up to neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes, exhale to down dog and hold. Maybe bring your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Go ahead and bring your left foot up under between your hands, coming up into crescent. Checking on your position for crescent, both feet are facing forward, back heels up off the ground, and slowly pulse up and down. Coming to pause at the bottom of the trough, the bottom of the pulse, hands to heart center, and revolve to your right. Hands back to the mat, step back into down dog. And then bring your left foot up between your hands, moving into crescent on the other side. And slow pulses up and down. And in the bottom of the pause and hold. Hands to heart center and revolve to your left. Back to the center, hands down, come down to the mat. Pause, push back to down dog one more time. And bend your knees, up to the front of the mat, coming up into mountain pose. Again, your feet are about hip distance apart. You're gonna go ahead and do a low tree on your left side, so bring the bottom of your left foot to your right calf. Hands can be at heart center. Or you can sweep your branches above you, above your head. And go ahead and release and switch sides. So you bring the bottom of your right foot onto your left calf, and pulse and hold. Hands to heart center, or you can spread your branches. And release and hold. Tree one more time on your left side, whatever height you wish. So you can bring it a little bit higher if you want. And release and switch sides to bring up your right foot to whatever height you wish for another tree on your right side. Then go ahead and release, sweep your hands back above the head one more time. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. And halfway lift. And pause at this flat back for just a moment. Hands down to the mat, and reverse swan dive, sweeping the hands back above the head. Bring the hands down to heart center, adjusting your mask as you need. And go ahead and come down to a low squat or malasana. Feet can be flat on the ground or heels up, whatever works for you. Go ahead and take your palms flat on the mat, maybe 16, 18 inches in front of you. Coming up onto your toes and leaning forward into your biceps. And just pause and just lean forward for a moment. And then back down to Malasana. That's a staging point for the crow pose. So if you want to do the crow pose, again, place your hands flat on the mat, 12 or 18 inches in front of you, creating a ledge for the back of your biceps. You're going to come up onto your toes and lean forward, and then just lift your toes up off the ground. And then come back, bring your feet back to the ground, hands toward center. And coming back up to a mountain pose, sweeping the hands above the head. Eagle arms this time. Left arm under right, and lifting your elbows up, and releasing down, and elbows up again, maybe just a little bit farther, and release down. Big shoulder rolls backwards, and then forward, sort of exaggerated rolls here. Sweeping the hands back above the head, settle down into a chair pose. Planting your feet firmly into the ground and reaching your hands up. Hands toward center, revolve to your left, maybe hooking the outside of your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. And go ahead and sweep your hands back above the head. Eagle arms this time right under left. And bring your elbows up. And down. And up a little bit higher, maybe leaning back a bit if you wish. Back to center, releasing the hands, putting the fingers on the shoulder tips. Go ahead and big elbow rolls forward, exaggerated, really wide rolls. And then switch direction, roll the other direction. Sweeping the hands back above the head. Settle down once more into your chair pose. Rooting your feet and reaching up with your hands, root and rebound. And hands to heart center and revolve to your right. Go ahead and release, sweeping the hands back above the head. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. And halfway lift. Hands to the mat, you go head step back towards your high plank. Hold this high plank just for a couple breaths. Not really a plank pose, but there's a plank challenge, but it's a good posture to hold on to. And then shift to a low plank. Flip your feet, and once more into up dog. Tuck your toes, use your core only. Coming back to down dog and hold. Coming down onto the mat, go ahead and cross your legs, left leg over right. Place your left elbow on the inside of your left knee, reach back and plant your right hand and spiral your back and looking over your right shoulder. Come back to center, right hand to the knee, reach back, plant your left hand, spiral your back and looking over your left shoulder. Back to center and switch legs. So your right leg is over your left. Right elbow on the inside of your right hand. Reach back, plant your left hand, looking over your left shoulder for lower to the left fishes. Come back to center, hand to knee, reach back, plant your right hand, and spiral and look over your right shoulder. Coming back to center one more time, go ahead and lay on your backs. Plant your feet, both knees up, and windshield wiper side to side. Keep Keep both feet planted firmly on the ground, both knees up. We'll be coming up into a bridge pose. So keep the weight on your shoulders, not on your neck, not on your head. So again, feet planted, go ahead and lift your hips up. Slowly release down. Once more, lifting your hips up. And slowly release down. And once more, lifting your hips up and hold. And then go ahead, release them down, bring both thighs to the chest, rock side to side. Keep your right thigh into your chest, release your left leg all the way to the ground. Take your left hand, guide your right knee over your left side of your body, keep those shoulders on the ground, and turn your head so your gaze, your drishti is over your right shoulder. Coming back to center, switch sides, pulling left leg to the chest, releasing your right leg to the ground. Right leg to the left knee, guiding over the right side of your body. Keep those shoulders flat on the ground and turn your head so your gaze, your drishti, is over the left side of your shoulder, or over your left shoulder. Coming back to center one more time, both thighs to the chest, holding the shins, and roll your shins from side to side or in circles. One last massage of the lower back. Then make your way up to a seated position. Hands toward center. And thank you for joining me today with your practice. Namaste.